Hi, friends, it's Mrs. McCarver, and it's time for today's reading lesson. This week, we've been talking all about what kind of books? Nonfiction. And our nonfiction books have taught us lots of new facts, and we've learned so many of these facts from not only the words, but the pictures also. So, what do we do with all these new facts that are rolling around in our brain? Well, I don't know about you, but when I learn something new and it's kind of exciting to me, this is what I want to do. I want to talk about it with someone, right? That's part of the awesome thing about learning new facts. You get to share what you know. Now I'm becoming an expert on the topics I'm reading about, and I could tell someone else about it. So it's kind of like when we do a retell of our fiction book. But here's what we have to remember. We can't just read every page to a person we're talking about. Sometimes we don't even have the book with us, but we could still share our facts. So today I'm going to remind you or teach you what we would do when we're talking about our books with someone else or the things that we've learned from our books. So the first thing is we're going to focus on new information. See that word new right there? It's big, it's all uppercase because that's what's important, the new information. If I just told you the wind blows, do you think I had to read this book to learn that? No. If I just told you worms are on the ground, was that really new information? No, I know that. You know that. It's not really exciting. I don't need to share it. But I could teach you something new about the wind that I learned. The wind can actually be very helpful because it helps plants to spread their seeds and grow in different places. One new thing that I learned about worms is that their mouth is the pointy end. It looks different than the butt end. I also learned when you go close up, there are rings on the worm that help them move. So I'm focusing on the new information I learned. Another thing I want to do is use my own words. When I ask you to tell me about some facts you've learned or you're sharing it, I'm not going to go through, and I don't want you to go through and tell me every page. Well, this is about wind being strong and it can push a boat. And then it can also be gentle, like to blow a feather around. That's just me reading the book to you. So I want to put it into my own words and how I remembered it. So, for example, that might look like this. Well, I learned about wind that sometimes it can be stronger, so strong even that it could be dangerous and blow over whole trees. But other times, wind is a light wind, gentle, and it could blow things like feathers, or sometimes it blows seeds to help them spread and grow. I didn't have to look at every page and read or tell you every single thing. I just focused on some new information in my own words. Let me try it again. Now, am I going to go through every single page in this book and tell you every single thing on here? No, that would just be reading it to you. But I could share the things that I learned that is new. Well, one thing I learned is that when you zoom in or you look at a worm up close, it has these rings or lines around its body. And those lines are called rings, and they actually help the worm move. I also learned that parts of the worm's skin almost looks clear or see-through, and other parts are darker. Now, that's how I put it into my words of what I learned. I didn't read word for word what was on the page. So today, that's what I want you to do. Think about the nonfiction book that you are reading today and see if you can share some things that you learned from that book with someone at home. Or there's going to be a place after you do some reading where you can send me a video sharing the new information that you learned and using your own words. Remember, don't just read the whole book to me. Try to remember a few things that stuck out to you so you can teach me about your topic.